Hello, people. Welcome to stream. Typical technical difficulties. So yeah, Pricefield. Hey, Fry. Hey, guys. How's it going? As usual, nervous as hell. I wonder if this weird feeling will ever go away. It would be nice for it to, every time I start streaming, I don't feel like I'm going to pass out. It will be amazing. How many people we have live now? 11. Well, that's cool. I know the poll didn't finish. I started streaming before the poll was finished, but it was pretty obvious that Pricefield was going to win. Oh, it's a family it's a family-friendly sketch, yeah. Oh well, I don't share that opinion at all. So yeah. The poll people said what they wanted me to draw, so I am doing it. It is Pricefield once again. And yeah, it is still family friendly because there is cloth in between, so it's fine. it's still like along those lines, family friendly stuff. Hello, Steve, Sarah. All right, the poll didn't finish, but the winner was clear to me. So we're doing Pricefield now, and the next stream is gonna be Chloe and Rachel, since it's the second most voted option. So we already have defined that the next stream will be Chloe and Rachel for a change. And then I've seen a lot of people asking about Sean and Daniel that came in the first place. And Kate, I see a lot of people asking about Kate, so we kind of have a kind of a schedule for these kind of streams. I can't be precise about the date of those, because the fact that I am actually streaming now at this time, it's kind of a rare thing to my benefit, but yeah, not quite in other aspects. So if the situation changes, streams will be Saturday around this time, I suppose. So yeah, I hope you guys can make it anyway, but that's in the future. We don't know yet. So all right, peeps, let's start this now. Check if OBS is portraying everything correctly. Yes. And we have, as usual, music background, so it's not just me talking nonsense. How's the music volume? It's too loud, too low? It's audible or not?
I know that it is freezing, but I think we have to walk. I keep waving at the taxis, they keep turning
AJ, I wish I was skipping work, to be honest. It hasn't been my choice to not be going to the office. Unfortunately, there's a thing going on with the administration, and that means I've been stuck home for 2 weeks now, which is a long time. And yeah, it makes me fucking nervous, but what can I say? It's out of my hands at the moment. So the best I can do is, take advantage of the time and do something productive with it. So yeah, by productive I mean, drawing a lot of Pricefield. Yeah, there won't be scary notifications. I toned the volume down. I hope it was enough. It was pretty loud, I have to say. It was like in 50% volume and it's freaking loud. I reduced it like 8%, so hopefully we won't have those creepy notifications when someone subscribes or whatever. Sorry about that. Honestly, sorry. I didn't realize it was going to be so loud. My technical difficulties always get in the middle. Alright, yeah, this is a not so family friendly then Pricefield we're doing. So let's start somewhere, I guess. This is not what I need. Alright. The release dates of episodes 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. A long time between episodes. A long time between episodes, honestly. But at the same time, I rather than taking as much time as they need to get it right. So I'm not very picky with dates. I can't wait. I'd rather wait and have issues with the episode itself. PG-16, yes. Today my hand doesn't like working, it seems, so yeah.
The trouble was that started all of this. The reasons all have run away, but the feeling never did. It's not something I would recommend, but it is one way to live.
It's a long time between episodes, but yeah, like I said, I'd rather they take their time and do it right, no pressure, than trying to rush and fuck up. But bugs are unavoidable. That's the thing people don't realize. Like, in my experience working with the industry, like, it is impossible to avoid. Like, bugs will always be there at release. It's impossible to not have them. Because, especially on PC, right? Because the software needs to hold up with a lot of different specifications and hardware and versions of software. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that you can't predict as a developer. The only way to predict it is doing a beta of the game. And even so, with the betas, it's like a 50-50 chance. So it seems like developers should avoid those, but it's impossible to do so. So expecting the developers to deal with every single bug and have like all night long perfectly. It's really not possible from a technical point of view. So if people knew more about the process behind what we consume, it will be way better. Oh my god, Bethesda is like bug central, mate. But yeah, like I mean, it's impossible to avoid, sadly. So the important thing is that they are working towards making the best game they can make, and as bug-free as technically possible. Yes, if that makes any sense. And that they are responsive with the bugs. Like it's not like they let them run too far. Like people report them, you have a team working on those around the clock. It's like release time is really stressful, especially when you're a programmer. I have to track down all the bugs and try to reproduce them. So yeah, I think we should give them some slack about that, because making games is fucking hard. Like seriously hard. I am not American. I am South American, actually. That's the funny accent for you. Also, why my time zone is funny. Because it doesn't matter what time I stream. I'm right in the middle of both main time zones, like American time zones and Europeans. So yeah. I think I'm having some trouble with the Wacom setup. My lines are weird. One or whatever. Yeah, I support. That is so cool, guys. And to make the lines as final as possible so we don't have to clean up that much. But my Wacom today is not cooperating because the drivers are sketchy today. Technology and its choice. I wonder why now though. But yeah, it happens. Piano Fire, yes. Piano Fire is, I think it's one of my favorite songs of season 1. It's so underrated. I agree completely with that. Still, I love Mount Washington more, like than Piano Fire, but it has a specific thing for it. I guess the scene made it even better than it is, so we kind of relate to that. Shit. Okay. Again, I draw this intentionally so Chloe's arm will be the left arm will be the one visible, because yeah, nope, no tattoo, no tattoo for me. Have to do a lot of cleanup as well. To narrow down here. Peace first.
Always said I was a good kid. Always said I had a way with words. Never knew I could
Spanish Sahara is a great song.
Don't know how I'll ever break this curse. Now the world is only white noise. Frequencies that I can't understand. I can't be bothered with the teachers. Always trying to shape the way I act.
Alright. Yeah, I do sacrifice Arcania Perk every time.
It's not the same in here since he left anyways. Always said I was a good kid. Always said I had a way with words. Never knew I could be speechless. I don't know how I'll ever break this curse. Now the world is only white noise. Frequencies that I can't understand. I can't be bothered with the teachers. Always trying to shape the way
Hey, Go Wild song is a great song. I actually really like it. Of course, nothing real about taste, right? We actually really like the end of the world party. Yes, not just Breton song, but the entire soundtrack. Where I'm a sucker for electronic music, even if it doesn't look like it. I really do enjoy it. But if you guys follow me on Twitter, see I kinda like tend to post a lot the Prodigy songs and stuff like that. I guess it shouldn't be a surprise that I actually enjoyed Breton. It is your kind of jam, yes. It really is. I think some of that actually rubbed up on me. Not sorry. Hey, welcome to the stream. That was the most awkward hey ever. I apologize.
15 kids in the backyard drinking wine. You tell me stories of the sea.
It was like, hey, you. And my English failed there. So. I kind of pulled a Frank on Before the Storm when he's like at the mill and you say hi to him. It's like, hey, like absolutely smoked. Holy shit, no. I am not stoned at the moment. Just a clarification. I can get over the parody video in where they like extended the hey and put like some kind of waving effect to the image and like color layers on top of it and holy shit, it was so hilarious. Username Hobby Rebel for reference.
I'm singing songs about the
I mean, all these Life is a Parody videos on YouTube. I think it's going alright at the moment. Yes. It's so good. Like, I die every time. Like, it doesn't matter how many times I watch them. And the Before the Storm ones were hilarious too. Like, how many times I watched that little bit of Victoria walking away and being replaced by this really shady, weird as hell 3D model, like dancing and walking at the same time. If you guys can actually go take a look at those videos, they are hilarious. By the way, Hobby Rebel didn't pay me for advertising. Hello there, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy the music and my awful lines here. I promise I will clean this up later once it's settled. Good grief. Oh god, yeah. Hilarious. No. Just no. Hey Ross, welcome. Again with a bit more buff Chloe, like muscle Chloe, meaning of life, please don't go there. Please don't go there. If you want to end up depressed or something, don't go there. Of course you won the poll. Yes. As predicted, expected, I wasn't surprised by the outcome. You actually sure it's 42? This is checked. So much to clean up. Fuck. So much for trying to get my lines as ready as possible. Pricefield is OTP, yes. Okay, that's enough sketching down this. Hide the other layer and let's start with serious lines. Turn this around. What if I brush to them? There's a lot of people here, I know. Make a mistake here. Hey Matt, welcome to the stream. I think these soundtracks are very different, and it's a great thing that they are. It's all on separate. You just go to layer, I draw it, and fix it. You can say, like, we go first the basic sketch on one layer, and second layer, first pass of cleaning lines or an attempt to define the lines, and then a third one that's final line art. Actually, Before the Storm soundtrack was kind of more like my style, or the style of music I tend to listen to regularly, or rock, punk stuff. I think that's what I actually liked it, and I listen to it regularly. But at the same time, Life is Strange soundtrack introduced me to so many indie bands I didn't even know they existed. Plus, the other thing is that the entire Before the Storm thing was done with the story in mind. I affect the lyrics of it. Oh wow, that's a fanatic right there, Steve. I was actually sad because I mean we don't get much bands coming here to South America, and when they do, they are usually expensive, like impossible to fucking afford. And a few years back, Falls actually came here. I was really fucking excited about it, but my finances took a shit at the time, which is not uncommon, and I couldn't go see them. I was so pissed off about it. Well, the scene, beware spoilers. The scene where you have Sean and Daniel jumping on the bed. What was the name, man? My brain is like all over today with names and shit. It was Block Party, I am sure. The song was Banquet from Block Party. What a great song, man. I've listened to it like I don't know how many times after that scene. Like, I put it on repeat to draw. It was really cool. Jonathan Morales is absolutely amazing. All the moment of calm songs by him, that it's a great birthday present then. I was actually going to stream the first episode tomorrow, but considering it's still a month away from the release date, I kind of like decided not to for now. I would like to stream the first two though before episode 3. But yeah, I need to figure out my schedule for that. How are we looking? That's okay. Please don't stay silent as I am. Company is much appreciated here. As usual, a reminder, this piece will be full resolution available on Patreon for just $5, along with all the rewards from this month. That includes the previous stream piece and a few Polaroids that have been they haven't been released officially anywhere. If any one of you read at some point Play Crack the Sky, I may be interested in that too. Plus you get all the available rewards that have been given previously, so it's a good opportunity too. Thanks for the advertising. But yeah, I mean, if the Patreon actually gives enough money for me to stop taking side jobs, I will be able to do this more regularly. So if you guys enjoy the stream or the art in general, please subscribe. Hey Claire. I mean, I may, considering that I know that people, not everyone can actually support the artist they follow or liked. The pledges are small, like you have a $2 pledge, and the other one is the minimum is 5, but you can pay whatever you want. Really, I thought that it would be great that people will actually decide how much it is worth for them and accommodate. Yeah, man, that's it will be sweet. That will be amazing. I hope customs doesn't have a fucking issue with it because this country is more like fucking annoying with that kind of stuff, but everything can be solved, I suppose, somehow. And I will see if I can actually get a BGA converter for the old monitor I own, so I can actually have two monitors that the monitor is old, screen is old, but it works fine as a secondary screen. The main issue is that the video card is only HD MI, so yeah. Bleh. Go resign a bit of quality there, but it's way more affordable than a new screen at the moment. That's quite the date, isn't it? You should make another account aside from the Life is Strange timer, like unofficial Life is Strange fun facts. Steve, you can actually get a screen tablet from a HP Pen or Huion for like half that price, and I have no idea why it doesn't like the word Cintiq. It is weird at the very least. Yeah, no, like I said, like Wacom is by definition expensive. I have a Wacom only because it was a gift. Yeah, but it's just like the entry level thing, and it's still overpriced in comparison with others. Like, okay, sure, Wacom is the best in the market, but it doesn't mean that the other tablets are like bad at all. In fact, they are having a lot of competition now because other brands are actually having good results and good performance, but way cheaper, like half the price. Yeah, exactly. Like maybe a few years back, yes, I would say, yeah, well, Wacom's professional stuff and whatever. But now, a lot of people is actually going for Q1 or XP pen because the price difference is outstanding. Like for a screen tablet, the prices are ridiculously lower and the quality is fine. Plus, really, as much as it's specifications and everything, it really depends on what you can do with it. There is yeah, you can notice the difference in quality when you have better equipment, but it really depends on what you do with it too. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like XP Pen has good reviews. I mean, I can't talk about it myself because I haven't tried, but I've seen reviews of it of people I do trust their criteria with this kind of stuff, and they say it can totally compete with Wacom, and the prices are just it's completely another story. Very muscular. I'm talking about people that at uh, work with them, like professionally, professional artists recommending XP Pen or Huron or other brands and not Wacom. Um, Actually, people got kind of pissed off with the new level entry quote unquote tablet because it's still expensive as hell, even for a level entry. Like, if you're just starting, you don't usually have $600 lying around, you know? Like, I'm not totally sure about the screen. I guess it takes time to get used to as any tablet. This damn system bypass I had to do with the audio is driving me nuts. Apologies. I mean, 10 years is a long time, but considering it's technology, that always it's updating and changing. Updates, basically. That's our entire world today. How's it looking so far? Yeah, 12 inches is like really small for me. I remember in college, I used to have to draw in a Wacom bamboo, but like the smallest of every single one of them. I was like, oh, how? It's impossible to measure distances with this thing. Although the Intuos large I am using now, it's kind of too large. But I'd rather be like large instead of small because it gives you more control over what you're doing. I mean, you can turn on precise mode and just work in a certain area if it's too big for you. Like, you can adapt better, I think. Yeah, especially in English when I had to constantly translate what I want to say in my mind. Good to know my effort is appreciated, I guess.
Face staining the ceiling. Why does it keep saying I don't have to see you right now? I don't
VIP.
see you right now.
What would that be?
Digging like you can
That's really small. Oh, how many years ago are we talking about? I don't really mind about that, really. Because it's too small, Bar. Like, there's no way you can actually measure distances with that thing. I mean, it's already complicated enough when it's not a screen tablet, so, like, you have, like, that complicated thing of special, like, space awareness. It's kind of a constant conflict, like, because you're not actually looking at what you're drawing. You have to kind of set your mind right to be accurate on the screen. I found it like it is really a challenge, or was a challenge. It's still a challenge for me sometimes. Depends on the day. You're enjoying the hand position very much, I think, Fry. A very intuitive person. Hey, we are intuitive people. We're trying not to, but damn. I'm going to be like, I'm going to do better for you. That t-shirt has been lifted, yes. We're still in PG-16 territory though. And we're not moving from there. Come on, 16, mate. 16. We can keep it there. I mean, we cannot, we are keeping it there. I'm not big on not safe work stuff. With a mouse, dear Lord. Good old days when you knew nothing about how these things worked and you tried to draw in paint with your mouse. I don't think she is sleeping, really. Having your eyes closed could mean many things. The embrace, quote unquote, yes. It's my jam, yes. Daddy Yankee, oh god. You need to stop with that thing. I used to have my neighbor blasting building neighbors. So you know, absolutely know that if I had the money, I would already bought a new thing because I am really trying. I'm itching to try those screens to see what all the fuss is about.
Our minds are troubled by the emptiness. Destroy the
Alright.
waste of time. From the
Oh, there's a line I missed there.
to the finish line. And if you're still breathing, you're the lucky ones. 'Cause most of us are heaving through corrupted lungs, setting fire to our insides for fun, collecting names of the lovers that went wrong, the lovers that went wrong.
Very important detail. Yes.
We are the reckless, we are the wild youth, chasing
Let me try something.
futures.
Because we could actually
One day
include it here, right?
that one will die before he gets there. And if you're still bleeding, you're the lucky ones. 'Cause most of our feelings, they are dead and they are gone. We're setting fire to our insides for fun, collecting pictures from a flood that wrecked our home. It was a flood that wrecked this home.
Do you guys think the echoes will work there?
And you caused it,
I'm accepting feedback there.
and you caused it.
Ignore the fugly lines, it's going to be cleaned up, of course. But I don't know, I like the idea.
Well, I've lost it all, I'm just a silhouette.
How is that over PG-16, dude? It isn't. It isn't. And how do you know it's enthusiastic? It could be slow and romantic. Alright, I'm going to keep the necklace there. You don't necessarily need to be smoothie, man. Come on.
Broke my chest. And if you're in love, then you are the lucky one. 'Cause most of us are bitter over someone, setting fire to our insides for fun, to distract our hearts from ever missing love. But I'm forever missing him. And you
Suggestive but still in PG-16 territory. Fry. Yes. We're not moving from there. Ever. I know, right? Like, freaking The Hunger Games is PG-13. The qualifications are all wrong. Well, I am totally on board with that. Like when it's really like in your face, I don't like it. Mm. Plus, I do have an issue with fan art that is like totally on your face. Like it's so, I don't know, out of character. To me, at least, it feels like it's totally ODT, and I don't like it. Try mine to be, if possible, as close as we can to the game itself. But it's of course just a preference, a personal preference of mine. But click to thing. Yeah, we bang. Yeah, I don't like it. I really don't. But it's also that like I find it's really hard for me to picture them like that, being so yeah, be banging. Like it doesn't suit the characters for me. Not even with Chloe. Like I just don't feel like it's accurate. So it kind of bothers me. Oh yes, I freaking hate that because they do that just because it sells. And like you just ruined a really cool story, adding this unnecessary thing just for the people that are after that. It's like, what about the rest of the public? You know. When they, I don't know, imagine some kind of relationship or romance between two characters that, like, no. Respect the canon if you're going to do a movie about a book or a game. Plus, for that kind of art, it's so full of it. Like, if you wanted to just go look for not safe for work art, there's so much of it. Like, I don't think the world needs more of that. I think we need more other kind of interactions between the characters. like in any franchise, not just Life is Strange. Again, a personal opinion, right? I mean, there's so much of it because it sells. So if you want that kind of content, go ahead, go find it somewhere else and know where I am. Oh, nice. Black. Uh, yeah, because they are not graphic like modern novels that they feel like they need to add something to it. Like, just have a normal interaction, please. Like everything revolves around it. Like it's so unnecessary. Relationships and interactions are so much more than that.
And I never get hungover because I will be the picture.
I'm a sucker for character development. Like I think the best stories have a lot of character development in overall. Like it's what makes them good. Now it's just constantly an excuse to like, hey, we will make banging a character development trait. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. I don't know how it should be, at least, I believe. Alright, let's get rid of the sketch and cool, alright. Let's add some eyelash here. Wow, okay.
That I thought I'd be. And in my mind, when I'm old, I am beautiful, planting tulips and vegetables.
It means so much more to me. I totally agree on that. It doesn't even have to be just be sharing something, whether physical or not. Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So many things that aren't really happening. And when they put me in the ground, I'll start pounding the lid, saying I haven't finished yet. I still have a tattoo to get.
I mean, keeping in mind, Life is Strange as like as an example. There is so many scenes in which you see that look that that it's changed, silence changed many times. That says so much more than any other thing between these two. Like, what a deep conversation topic.
Let's say sunshine for everyone, but as far as I can remember, we've been migratory animals living under changing weather. Someday we will foresee obstacles through the blizzard, through the blizzard. Today we will sell our uniform, live together, live together.
Era, whatever time zone you are. Nope. the Control C Fest. Or you can check it out for yourself, Raha. We're now in the final stage of line art and soon moving to color, hopefully. Embrace the tears. Okay, now today my hand doesn't want to cooperate. Day I'll be uploading this to YouTube later, so you can catch it there or here on Twitch for a few days. Thanks for joining. Productivity, what even is that? It's a myth. I mean, if I am totally honest, I kind of set up this stream so I draw instead of going off and do whatever. It's kind of a way to keep me on my toes and like actually do something instead of staring at the wall and not actually, being productive in any possible way.
The virtual is going in the way. Keep it tight so no one will stray. Staring at a light. Needless to say that I'll be alright. Alright.
I'll say that, yes. It's a misclick.
And your tears stain, friend. You have waited the end out there, golden hour.
Spanish Sahara is the song that starts playing when Photoshop crashes right after the Windows error song or Windows shutdown. Like,
in a corridor, yeah, and you call me, yeah, when I see you,
honestly,
you know damn well
the comic, man, like, it sounded so fan servicey to me. Apologies for the unwanted opinion.
that you see the truth when looking for yourself, not useless
Yeah, like, sacrificing Chloe triggers the blue screen of death. Even Windows refuses to acknowledge that ending. Like,
and you call me
but this must be an error.
when I see you.
Or when you type it wrong on Google and says maybe you wanted to say, "Don't sacrifice Chloe." Wow, you're in for a long waiting then, because the final episode of season 2 is going to release like in December. So you have a long wait ahead of you. Youth is probably my favorite song by them. It resonates with me like a lot. A lot. Maybe too much for it to be healthy, but yeah. How dare you sacrifice her, man? Well, talking about coping mechanisms, like Sky, man. I actually reread it again um, these past few days. I actually love that story. I am very proud of what me and Tomorrow Her accomplished with it. Uh, Love story for the ages. Well, because it was choice for Chloe. The choice was clear to me. Yeah, it has really rough moments. No spoilers in case someone actually wants to read it, but it can be very tough. I mean, it has been for us to write it. Yeah, I mean, that is quite what I thought too. Like, Joyce wouldn't want to just let Chloe die, her daughter. I do think that with Play Kreska we overdid it a bit. Like sometimes the angst is like, fuck, that is too much for my heart to take. But I think the happy moments kind of compensated because they were very happy moments. And like, we tried to keep it as realistic as possible.
Jump that 43. Are you wild like me?
The second this thing comes crashing down, and there was a lot more angst and joy. Well, having a happy ending, I think it compensated that to an extent. Because there's no way a fanfiction of mine would not have a happy ending for this two. Yeah, well, that was the issue I had with many fanfictions I read. Like, I used to like when I was like obsessed over it right after the ending. I went looking for Sacrifice Arcadia Bay fanfiction, but even if I do want them to be happy at some point, it feels some fanfictions will be like they will be, I don't know, Matt will be a famous awarded photographer like months after Arcadia Bay fucked up, and I'm like, that is just not possible. That is just surreal. It's not a thing that will actually happen. So I kind of go annoyed at that. I understand why people wanted to keep them happy and everything will be perfect and it will work out phenomenally well. I'm like, I don't know about that. The trauma is still there. You should sacrifice I don't know how many inhabitants from your hometown. It's not like, I don't know, right to me.
Make a worse situation. Follow me home, pretend you found somebody to mend you. I feel numb. I feel numb in this kingdom. I feel numb. I feel numb in this kingdom.
For a tweet real quick.
Blackout nights and tight spaces.
Oh, Chris won that by hand, so not much for me to add. Okay. Liner and color now. Yeah, like it's just weird. It doesn't work to me. Then again, it is a personal opinion, right? But I don't know. I can't see them being completely happy and oblivious about everything that happened. And on top of that, many were like right away, everything started to go fine. Like, I don't know, like in less than a year, they are already living in San Francisco, renting because, I don't know, Matt's won a photography award, or Chloe was like became a famous tattoo artist. And like, that is so surreal. Having happy moments is okay because it's human nature too, to try to cope by treasuring the good. But at the same time, everything working that well after a massive disaster, no, that kind of put me off many fan fictions. Unless it's like, for example, that as far as I know, something really bad happened lately. But for example, Ouroboros. In Ouroboros, everyone is alive, so it makes sense that it is happy and cheerful and fluffy, and to an extent has a bit of angst. Oh, all right. Let me check. It's probably a stupid thing. Yes, I fixed it. It was hidden on OBS. It didn't give you a fry, right? Or do I have to actually kill it? Sound at least. Yeah, I assume TH will actually make it, blow up. I haven't read it for quite a while now. Lack of time and everything. So I'm not catch up to it. I doubt I will at this point. But yeah, I expected him to actually compensate with the amount of fluff with something really bad happening. That's kind of how his idea was, as far as I knew. So. This is still very sudden, I think. I'm going to kill the sound of it. I mean, it's a guy shouting. It's kind of hard to not freak out. But TH is a great right. I'm not surprised. Both Ross talking. It was kind of an inner joke, and I kind of stuck. the notification sound. I mean, I can kill it, but I don't mind. I think it's like, I don't know, 80 or some shit. 79. I don't know. It went totally over the top long. It's really long, yes. I kind of stop after 50 something. Good grief. This is a long fucking story. Well, he has been writing for like 3 years or some shit. Like, makes sense that it's all long, but at the same time, he does produce a lot of content. At some point, I think it was a lot of setting up stuff, but it took like I don't know how many chapters. I don't like that thing. I actually find it relaxing. I don't know if I'm insane, but actually I really enjoy applying the base color. Don't ask me why, I have no clue. But you put in some music and it's mindless, almost. Oops. Tiny spot there I missed. I mean, the worst part for me is making the sketch, the initial sketch. That's why I don't do it live, because I'll spend like an hour complaining. So I kind of avoid doing that because it takes me quite a bit to get it right as I want it. So that's why I started the stream with the sketch already in place, because it consumes a lot of brain power, and I'd rather save that for later, if it makes any sense. So that's why I asked beforehand what you guys would like me to draw, because I can actually take an hour of laying down the sketch without worrying about the stream, the technical things, and everything else. So it's easier later to do the line art once it's already set. I don't know how other artists do it, but I found it's way more comfortable for me to know. Go into the full mind process of thinking, okay, I'm going to do this or that, what works better, the anatomy, the perspective, like everything. Yeah, you see the piece finally, like, it's the same with the liner, like, when you have the sketch, it's just a mess. When you finish the liner, you already see it coming together, and base color is like, this looks good, or this looks fucking terrible. There's no middle ground, I think. Plus, like, the color doesn't take that long to get done. The liner is the thing that takes more time to get right. So that's way better. Eyebrows. Yeah, I make the outline on purpose, not only to like make sure they are noticeable against the background, but also because it's easier to make a selection of it. So in a new layer, I just drop a light gray bucket on the selection, and it acts as a clipping mask, so it makes a limit so I don't fuck up, basically. And it's way more comfortable to paint loosely instead of like having to take care of the edges of the drawing. And the same with the feature of painting, quote unquote, behind, because, for example, now that I have Matt's hair painted, right, I can just pick up the skin color, for example, and if I paint, it respects the previous color, like it doesn't paint over stuff. So I can just loosely paint everything in and won't fuck it up or paint other things. It is really useful and speeds up the process a lot. I know, some people hate clipping masks. I think they are really useful for that kind of stuff. Especially if you want to speed up the coloring process and not be like very conscious about the lines. Yeah, like if I paint outside the lines, it will show up. Like, but if I unclip it, you can see it's kind of a mess, right? So the clipping mask prevents for it to show up. It is really useful, man. Some people don't like it. They don't like the fact that it is kind of a mess when you have many clipping masks, and it can be confusing. But if you're organized with your layers, it shouldn't be a problem, really. For this style of drawing, I use them a lot. In other type of works, like concept art or stuff that is more painty kind of, I use selection more than clipping mask because it gives you more freedom. But with this kind of like comic style, this is way more useful, I believe. All the base colors are on the same layer, yes. Because if I wanted to like add details or shading specific to places, I just pick up the color with the magic wand. I will have the selection anyway, so I can work on that. Fine. All right. They usually do because I am doing a like under the below the liner. So if I turn the liner off, you see it's kind of ugly. The line works as a limit for it. So when I choose, for example, I want matte skin, I can work and do whatever I want with it in those boundaries. Like, for example, let's add some blush to it, a different layer, and then I can do whatever, but it doesn't affect other places, just there. The opacity, and there we go. Blush. The magic one has kind of a tolerance. Like if you set your tolerance to 1, and you have just base colors, no shading, no anything that can get blended in, it works perfectly. It's way too high. Alright. Yeah, I find it like it's faster or more comfortable to me to like try to keep it clean from start, because it used to happen to me that I will spend a lot of time erasing. Uh, so I kind of set myself boundaries or limits and work within those. But I am going to make a mistake here. Should find close up first. Hopefully, we don't mess that up with the skin color. And there we go. All people just make selections of the areas and use the bucket and then correct. But I tend to fuck up the details constantly, so I kind of like avoid that. It's just a personal preference how to deal with it. Every artist has its own method, I guess. Whatever works for you, you know. Okay, lips now. No, too thin. Whoa, stream died for a bit. Sorry about that. Internet is being a sketch. I wonder why it's taking a dump now. Yeah, of course. Every software has its limits. Kind of. It depends on many things. Damn it. Okay. Should do it. What is that way? Come on. Thank you, Bar, for stopping by. Well, honestly, I kind of use Photoshop because it's the software I use at work. I learned to use it for it, so got stuck with it. Because I know it's industry standard. Alright, now the fun.
everything good. Oh, something good tonight made me forget about you for now. In the dead of night, I'll miss you in my sleep.
Painting toys are so fun.
You wake up next to me. Like a dream come true, I'll take you where I roam. Then follow you back home.
Wow, like internet is taking a dump here. Hey, we got base colors done. So, a question for the people in the chat now. We started to stream games too at some point. Narrative games, or what kind of games will you usually watch on stream? Yeah, I don't think I actually can like go for MMOs really too much time, I think. But that's actually good to know. Or like a reaction stream, kind of, right? For example, the last episode of the Walking Dead game is coming out next week, and I'm fucking terrified. So I'm not sure if I will stream it, but I will consider that, maybe. Yeah, you do. Oh, it will be depressing. I am scared, like panicking. I am very, very scared about The Walking Dead. Very. If they kill Clementine, oh my god, it's going to mean that the journey of like 7 years of following the games will mean that it was just to see her die. I'm like, no, I will not accept that. I actually think that they are going to hint it or make us believe, but I don't think they are actually going to end in a really bad note, especially because it's the end. Like, literally, there's not much more Like they are not going to. Like, is that even a question, Yellow Flash? Violet or Lois? Violet all the way. Absolutely. No doubts, my man. Violet. Right away. Do you really expect me to pick something else? Like, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that I was going to go with Violet. I mean, I feel really bad for what happened to Louis, but nope. Violet all the way, man. Now we are on shading. Finally. Base colors are all done. So we are about to actually finish this bit. It's been fun. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. My choice there was pretty obvious. Dude, I laughed my ass off with that. Like, it was so there, you know? Like, people could say whatever they want, but she is confirmed to be bisexual, so I'm going with what the writer said. It's not like... It's not just a ship or like a theory. It's confirmed by the author, so... That look was definitely PG-16 at least. Yes. Hello there. Thanks for joining. Yeah, me too. I am quite intrigued. I have to say I'm not as hooked as I was with the first season, but I am actually intrigued anyway, regardless of not being the same feeling. Because it's different from season 1, and that is kind of enough for me to be interested. I wanted something different, and they totally delivered that, so...
I know that it is freezing, but I think we have to walk. Keep waving at the taxis, they keep turning their lights off. But Julie knows a party at some actor's West Side loft. Supplies are endless in the evening, by the morning they'll be gone.
Yeah, it does. It is weird when you're seeing it.
Be my own best friend.
Oh, Karen is quite the question mark. I am actually I think I am more interested on how it's going to resolve, or like what is going to happen about that, than the rest of the story. It's the part that actually got me more interested of the entire game so far.
I know you have a heavy heart. I can feel it when we kiss. So many
Well, I had like, I don't know if it's a glitch or it was like a thing, you know, when Daniel wants to play catch with Mushroom, and he raises the stick with his powers, but he never throws it away. Like, Is there mushroom watching him lift the stick and that's it? I don't know if it's actually a glitch or it's just a way to economize on animation, but it was weird.
Just keep going to the bathroom, always say you'll be right back. Well, it takes one to know one, kid, I think you got it back.
Thanks for stopping by, Raha.
But what's so easy in the evening, by the morning, such a drag.
Always nice to see you around.
I got a flask inside my pocket, we can share it on the train. And if you promise to stay conscious, I will try and do the same. Well, we might die from medication, but we sure killed all the pain. But what was normal in the evening, by the morning seems insane. And I'm not sure what the trouble was that started all of this. The reasons all have run away, but the feeling never did. It's not something I would recommend, but it is one way to live. 'Cause what is simple in the moonlight, by the morning never is.
Oh, which cactus you think?
Now it's so complicated.
I mean, I hope they should leave Arcadia Bay alone so they get the respective player's choice, or if they are going to do prequels, then I'll be down, but one could actually be pretty okay with 2 mushrooms. I don't consider it a bug, it's an improvement. Oh yes, the same happened to me, and it totally killed it. Like the lack of music in that scene in particular, like it totally killed it. I was like, okay, what? And it developed so fast too. Like it's the only issue I've had, like narratively speaking. I don't know if it was intentional without music. Really, it doesn't make sense to me. Like it fell flat. It's kind of weird. A weird choice. Weird choice. Especially considering that, like, when it happened on Captain Spirit, it had music, and it was a really emotional scene, right? It actually made me tear up. Like, I felt so bad for Chris at that time. Like, he didn't deserve that shit. And his dad's an asshole. And, like, poor thing, I was so hurt by him, and it felt terrible. I felt bad. It was really tearing up, like, feeling powerless because I didn't know how to, or what choices would I have to make to help him. And when he started to, like, levitate on his, like, he fell from a tree, I was like, oh my god, please. I don't want another, wheelchair Chloe scene. I don't want him to get hurt, man. Please save this kid somehow. And he started to levitate because Daniel was actually lifting him up. And I tear from joy. I tear up from joy because he was so happy at that moment, thinking he had the powers and all. But dear Lord, Captain Spirit was so emotional too. Like, yeah, yeah, I'm on the same boat. I was so shocked, and I felt terrible. It was horrible. Yeah, fucking car. I mean, all that because he was careful, and tried to be responsible with the use of the powers and everything. And that's how the game repaid me. Like, I was like, oh my god, that is so unfair. Thanks, Fry. Thanks for stopping by. It's not above PG-16. It is not. Thanks. I'm really glad you like it. And they're showing the stream too, as usual. And yeah, I have to do this. I apologize if it's annoying, but it is what it is. The full piece with no watermark and full resolution. It's a massive size. Will be available on Patreon as a reward this month. So everyone that's interested, it's only $5 for all the rewards this month. There are like 10 already, 10 pieces. Some of them never published online, so it's a good chance to get them if you're interested in that kind of thing. If not, just for support. If you like what I do and want me to keep doing it, you can always donate or just apply to a Patreon anyway. All the links are below the stream in the description, as usual.